Guys, hi everybody. Hello friends. Hope you're having a good afternoon. I'm gonna jump on here and play. Who wants to play? Let's let the live feed catch up with me. Oh my goodness. Look at what I'm gonna be doing. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. And I'm going to be doing this with lots of colors. Oh, I'm a little intimidated, but we're going to make it work. We're going to do it. So ready, so ready. Yay. Let's see, I'm trying to bring you guys up. Let's see, I think Maria has joined in. Hi, Maria. Looky here, we're going to do pumpkin spice. Yay! So I am going to take this chalkboard and I'm going to remove the Chalkology paste. Now, this is not a chalkboard from Couture, so it isn't a coated chalkboard, and it was really inexpensive, so I may have some ghosting or shadowing or something on here. We're just going to kind of see, but I wanted to show the basics of how do you do this when you're ready to switch it out. So I thought this would be a good way rather than to prep my board ahead of time. So first things first, I'm going to do the boring stuff, and I'm going to spray this with water. Spray, spray, spray. And I'm just taking a cloth, and I'm going to go, oh, this may not come off of here. You know what? This chalkboard feels like paper. Oh my goodness. Now that I'm doing this, the board itself, it reacted really funny to the water, but it is coming off. I don't know, that may not have been a great idea for these particular boards, but we're going to find out together. Hey, hey, thanks for joining in. I see other eyeballs, but I missed who was watching. So if you're watching, say hi so I know who's in the group. If you have any questions for me, just put them in caps and I'll try to catch them as they go by. Okay, and then I have a Lysol wipe. Actually, I have a generic Lysol wipe that I'm going to use to go all around the board after I got most of the paste off. And that way it just kind of gets rid of the residue. Ooh, I'm moving everything over here. I'm going to dry it. And I'm going to let this one sit and really, really dry while I prep this, while I prep the transfer, the design. So I'm going to do this completely start to finish with you guys. So we'll see. I don't know how long it's going to take. I usually do some of the prep work ahead of time. So this time I'm doing it all with you, from opening the package to finishing it up. So I'm going to take the transfer out of the package, which should be the easiest part, but apparently with static, it's not going to let me. There we go. And Maria says, hi, Angela. So hi, Angela. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so I have a different cloth. This is not the one that I just used that was wet. This is a dry one. And I'm going to take my transfer and just peel it off of the backer. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to remove the backer from the transfer. So I'm going to go. I'm keeping the transfer kind of flat, and I'm pulling the transfer backer off. And I'm going to take this sticky side and put it right down on my towel. No big deal. This is fuzzing up the transfer. This is because it is a sticky back transfer. It's got a silk screen in there, and we want to make sure that we give it some, we want to take some of that sticky off so that it's easy to remove from our chalkboard. So the transfer backer sheets have a shiny side, a glossy side. Hi, Barbara. And they have a matte side. So I'm going to write on the matte side so that I know that this is the back, and I'm going to write pumpkin spice. It's just so I know which one goes there. Set that aside. Easy enough. Done with prepping that part. Okay, now I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to pull the design off of the towel, and I'm going to put it right back down. No big deal. Put it right back down. And I'm going to do it again. I'm being careful. I'm lifting it from the corners to get it started, but I'm not pulling a diagonally. This is like fabric, and it can actually stretch. It feels, it's a special kind of woven material, but it acts like fabric. And any of you that sew know that there's a bias for it, for fabric. And so you have to be careful. Otherwise, what will happen is you're going to stretch out your design and distort it. And you can actually rip it if you're doing it from the corners, if you do it diagonal. Hi, Eva. Thanks for joining in. Let's see. This is the fun part. Just takes a few minutes to prep our stuff. And I'm actually going to take it and just, you guys can't see it. I'm putting it on my apron. And I'm going to let it sit on my apron for a minute while I grab my iced coffee and say, cheers, guys. I'm having a little iced coffee. It is not pumpkin spice, but it's coffee, and that's good in my book. All right, so then I have my chalkboard that we just cleaned off. There's some residue of the pink that's just on the side, so I'm going to go ahead and get that. This is, this design is one that I actually got. My daughter loves pumpkin spice, and she is getting ready to go to student housing at a new college she's transferring to. And so we're very, very excited. And she picked out colors for me to do this transfer. It's not going to be like your traditional colors. So I'm going to show you what we're working with. We have this, let's see, let me turn it around. We have this awesome queen quilt set with pineapples and hibiscus flowers. And I'm going to turn it again. You can see it a little bit better this way. Don't pay any attention to the price tag. So you've got some really cool colors in here. So we're going to use, for the pumpkin spice and everything nice, we're going to use currant jam because that goes really well. We're going to use, I think this is called Evergreen. It is an older color that they are replacing. So we're going to use that. We're actually going to use school bus yellow instead of like my orange color. The school bus yellow is very close to the color in the pineapples. So we're going to use that. And her accent color in her room is a teal blue that is really close to this peacock color. So these are our 4 colors that we're going to use. And that means I'm going to put 4 colors on this transfer. So this is going to be exciting and fun, and hopefully not a big mess. Hopefully not a fail. So let me get these, and we're just going to get the colors ready first. So I had them on their side, and they're kind of going towards the top. So I'm just going to pat them down a little bit. Thanks, Eva. I enjoy doing the videos, and I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying it. And, I hope that it's fun for y'all too, and you're seeing something new. I know this was really new for me. I had never seen any product like this. This company is a year old. They were a year old July 1st. And so there's not a lot of people that are doing this. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, I have got to give this a try. And then Maymay, I was working for Maymay, and she actually signed up and got me involved with the company. And I head up her team of designers that sign up underneath her. So it's been a fun little journey for me. All right, I'm just going to get them open. Some of them are definitely going to need some water added to them, which I've got my spray bottle right here so that I can add to them. Now these guys are brand new colors, and the way that I understand it is they should be foil sealed. So let's hope. Let's find out if they are. I don't know if I'm on camera. I think I am. Yep, foil sealed. So do that. I was warned about these foil seals from Mama Bear herself. She told me that she did not like how hard they were to get into. They're a little bit tricky. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to peel it halfway back. That was messy. But the foil seal keeps everything vacuum fresh. It keeps it from drying out. It keeps it from spilling out because there was a lot of problems with spillage when things were being shipped in transit. So they were spilling and leaking, and that creates a heck of a mess. So let me put these lids to the side, and let's get this one open. Maybe. I agree that they need like a little pull tab on these things. I don't know, we might have to cut this one if I can't get it going. We may have to cut it. Goodness. It keeps just barely lifting up. Okay, we're going to cut it. Oh, my assistant is saying she's going to try. So I'm going to get another sip of my iced coffee. And while my assistant tries it, I'm going to see if I can't get the transfer ready to go. Okay. So I'm going to take this transfer and put it down on here, and I'm just going to eyeball it. Kind of side to side, top to bottom. Oh, it's sticking. It's sticky backed and it wants to stick, that's for sure.
And these are hard.
Yeah, we may have to cut them. I think I'm going to let this one go a little bit closer to the top, and we might put something at the bottom of this afterwards. What do you think? Or do you want it towards the bottom? Middle?
Middle. I like the middle.
Okay. It's for her room, so I'm going to go with her choice. Lady's choice. Okay, I'm using the squeegee just to get the air bubbles out. It has a hair attached to it, like most things in my house. I have really long hair, for those of you who do not know, and so it's not unusual for us to find, oh, there's a hair. So we want to make sure it's not on the, no, it's not on the transfer. Would hate to have something not go smoothly because it has hair attached to it. Oh, that is not centered. So we're going to try again. Try again.
Oh, I got a little piece, but then it didn't open right.
Well, it's open. Okay, I'm just eyeballing the bottom, and it looks fair. It looks straight to me. Does it look straight to you across the bottom? Okay, so I'm going to smooth it out. I'm using the squeegee. There's a wrinkle in it. So I'm using the squeegee to go over. Go over every little thing in the design. There's another air bubble. Now the reason we don't want air bubbles is because where it goes through the silk screen, if there's an air bubble in that area, the paste is going to go out and seek that air bubble, and you're not going to have a good transfer of the design. Now, if that happens, the worst case scenario is it doesn't come out just perfect. You can clean it up with a Q-tip if it's just one or two little areas. If it's really messed up and really distorted, you can take it off with water and start again. I showed that at the beginning when we cleaned this chalkboard off. It comes off with water, so that's pretty easy. So I'm using the squeegee to go over one more time. Make sure everything is down really well. Okay. This is going to be a little bit tricky because of the amount of colors that I'm using. We're going to start with the pumpkin spice part of it, which is right here. And I can tell that my color, the school bus yellow, it's got an orangish tint to it. And this is what we're going to use to say pumpkin spice. I can see that it's very dry. So I'm going to take my squirt bottle, my spray bottle, and I'm just going to put 2 mists of water in there, and then I'm going to stir it up. And I'm going to use our brand new multi-purpose tool to do the stirring. And I'm going to start with everything that is dried around the edges of this, because it will reconstitute in that water easy enough. And give it a nice little stir. There is lots of dried pieces in here. This chalk paste just comes back so quick and easy. I love it. I love this product. I cannot say enough about it. I find it easier than working with paint. In some cases, it's even easier than working with ink, which I never thought I would find something that I like better than ink. I am definitely an ink person. But I really do like it. So before we start on that, I'm going to go ahead and get some other colors ready so that we can move quickly as we get started with it. Oh, did we open the blue? Oh, yes, the blue was a mess. Let's see. Oh, the blue is a real mess. The blue needs help. While we're having technical difficulties, does anybody have any questions? Want to tell me how your day's going? If you're working on any special projects, I'd love to hear about it. Oh my goodness. Cannot throw this chalk paste away that's on this lid. I cannot do it. Oh, what a mess. I understand what Natalie was meaning, and I want to say that she told me she had trouble with this same exact color. So that is interesting. Maybe it's just this color. I don't know. One can hope. Wow. I'm covered already. We haven't done a thing. Okay, temporary break while I wash my hands real quick. Okay, this one looks a little bit dry. Oh, goodness gracious. Get the blue off and make more of a mess with the blue. That's about right. All right, this one looks a little bit dry around the edges. This is our new formula. Ooh, it's very, very creamy. It's not dry at all. That was a little deceptive. Okay, so we're not going to use that on a very big spot, so it's probably going to be one of the last things that we do. And I've got blue everywhere, so clean that blue up. Okay. Maria says she's watching while she mops the kitchen. Oh, that's awesome. You're going to go and do some crafting? I love that. Okay, we're going to take a little squeegee and what am I going to use? No, I'm going to use a stir. I'm going to stir the green. The green is dry, so I'm going to add some water. Sorry about that taking such an extra amount of time to get that blue open and ready. Goodness gracious. That was just kind of crazy. Okay, and then we have the pink. This is Currant Jam. It's not really pink, it's not really purple, it's not really red, but it is really pretty. I've got a gnat. It's flying around. We got the gnat. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the pumpkin spice. And I think instead of using the multi-purpose tool, I'm going to use a little squeegee to put that on. I don't know. No, we're going to use the multi-purpose tool. So let's see how long this takes, especially with extra colors. So it's 4:31 my time. So I'm going to put some on here like so to spread around for the pumpkin spice. Try to get it off of my multi-purpose tool. I'm going to use a squeegee. This is a half of one, and I'm going to spread it around over the letters that say pumpkin spice. Now this one's going to take me a few minutes longer than a normal one does, just because I'm using multiple colors. And so instead of just swiping the entire thing with the great orange color, I'm adding some extra details in here. And those extra details mean I got to be a little bit careful too. A little bit. Now I want it to be kind of thick over the pumpkin spice, and that is because the silk screen is going to dry rather quickly. The chalk paste is going to dry rather quickly in the silk screen, and if I leave it a little bit thick on there, I can scrape it off when we're ready to do the reveal, and it'll act a little bit better. Oh my goodness, little tiny detail there. All right, the whole thing is covered. I'm going to set that aside and go for our next color. Our next one, we're going to do everything nice. And I'm going to take about, I don't know, this is probably a teaspoon, maybe a little bit less than a teaspoon. And I'm going to set that on the everything nice. And I'm using a tiny, tiny sliver of a squeegee to do this one. And I'm going to start up here. Cover all parts of it. And again, I'm doing this rather thick so that it stays on the silk screen instead of taking the excess off as I go, which is what I would normally do. I'm leaving it kind of thick so that it doesn't dry so quickly in the silk screen. And the tip I was given was to take a wet wipe or a wet paper towel and lay it over the project also so that it doesn't dry out. So we're going to do that here in just a second. Oh, I got really close to that. I may have gotten some of this currant jam in one of my swirls, and we didn't want that, but hopefully I got close and didn't actually touch it. All right, that's on there kind of thick. So now we're going to do the green. Oh my goodness. How are we going to do the green? We're going to use another little squeegee, and I'm going to dip it in and pick some green up. Hey Nat, I am really challenging myself. I'm doing pumpkin spice and everything nice, and Shay picked the colors for her room based on her brand new bedding set that she got, and I'm sitting here doing this very intricate design with 4 different colors. I don't know, I'm hoping that it goes well. I'm believing that it's going to go well. How's that? So I'm covering the scroll with green, trying not to mix the colors, and leaving it kind of thick. And then we're going to do this scroll down here green. And I'll finish that side in just a second because it's so close. This scroll over here, green. Try to not mix these colors, but I got really close, so far so good. Okay, how about this scroll? Is it going to be green as well?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Now it says you can do it. Oh my goodness. They're so close together. Uh-oh, I got some mixing. No mixing, no mixing. Okay, let me wipe the little bit of orange off of there. I'm going to pick up some of that excess and go right back in the container. And next, we're going to do the peacock blue. Natalie, I had a horrible time getting into my peacock blue. It took Shay and I to do it. And it made a humongous mess. So the peacock blue, are we going to do blue swirls over the top of that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to apply some to the coffee cup. And I'm actually using my little stir stick that I happen to have to apply it. And then I'm going to take a tiny little squeegee and dip it in and try to get the swirl without touching the orangey color. And it looks like I missed part of the E, so I'm going to have to go back over that as well. And I can see that it is drying, so this is going to be very hit or miss whether or not we're going to have distress or not. Might have a distressed look that we weren't necessarily trying for. And again, if you were doing this all one color, it would be over way before now. You would already have it completely done because you just put it on and pull the color through and voila, you're finished. Okay, I missed a little part of that. Let me do that. Pick some of that excess up because there is a lot of excess with this one. And what color are we going to do the and?
How do you think? Maybe the blue?
Do the blue?
Yeah,
I think the blue will be good. Oh, it's drying so quick. Okay, because I've got some lines on that, I'm going to go ahead and smooth them. And we'll get the and done. We're going to use our little scraper spoon, our contraband, and do our blue. And then smooth it with the squeegee. Natalie, when you did your sign and you did it lots of different colors, did you do it, did you do each layer and pull it off, or did you do it all as one? Like I'm doing here. Because you can do each layer, do a color, pull it off, dry that layer, come back, do your next layer. You just line it up to do it. I'm wondering if that would have been a better option because this is really dry. Pull some of the excess off where I have large bits of excess. You did it all at once like I did. This is my first one that I've done with this many colors, and I can tell it's also really hot here today, so that's not helping. It's very hot and dry here in Texas today, and my chalk paste is drying out really quick. I'm just pulling the excess up because it is pulled. I have it on there so thick that it is actually pulling in places. do the same thing up here with the pumpkin spice, because you should be able to see your design through the silk screen. But I've got it super, super thick. This green is too thick over here. Yes. Pool, P-O-O-L. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh my goodness, I'm so worried. Yeah, parts of this are really going to pick up. Okay. We may have a flop, guys. You hold that. Yeah, I think we have a flop. I don't know. We'll see what she thinks once it's all done. This red color is so pretty. Oh my gosh. It is super, super distressed looking. Not at all as we had planned on it being. But I might be able to go back in after it dries and redo the scroll work at the top and go over the pumpkin spice. Let's see if you guys can see where it pulled up. It brought up the other, it brought up the paste because it dried in the silk screen. So live and learn. That's one of these things. We got to try it out and see. But I like how the scrolls actually turned out down here. The coffee cup is really cool looking. Everything nice turned out good. It's just right here, the pumpkin spice on the N and the P is really, really distressed. So let me do a little cleanup real quick. Oh, and we didn't check the time. It took 12 minutes. Oh, that's a long time, right? 12 minutes? Yeah, that's entirely too long. Not because it's too long of a time, it's too long for the chalk paste. The chalk paste dries quicker than that. So that was totally user error. And that's okay. We have to learn how this stuff goes, right? I was thinking of spritzing the top with water. We did that with the Adventure Begins, and it actually gave it too much water. So then when we pulled it up, the design kind of spread because it was really, really wet. So we pulled it off of the board, and the design just kind of wanted to go everywhere. But that might not have been a bad idea to try this time. I'm going to get this little bit of chalk off of the edge because I have blue everywhere. I'm telling you, this peacock blue, it's a beautiful color, but that was a total mess to get it open. And it still is wanting to go everywhere. Oh wait, let me show that for anybody who didn't see. So the reason that we did these colors is because we're trying to match this comforter that has hibiscus and pineapples on it, and then we wanted to have a pop of blue. So I think that we really succeeded in matching the colors. We'll just have to let it dry completely, and then we'll try to fix it up. Yeah, one of my sealed containers opened right up, no problem. That was the current jam. It opened beautifully and didn't make a mess at all. And I was able to peel the foil back halfway, which I'm liking because I'm going to put the foil right back down over the top of it and put the lid on. But this peacock was a fight. My water is very colorful, you guys. It's really funny. I've got my transfer sitting in the water so that it doesn't, so that the chalk paste doesn't dry anymore. And it's very, very colorful. I'm almost thinking that what I want to do is clean off the transfer, use the orange paste that I have, and do this same exact one with one color on a different sign. What do you guys think of that? I've got to make some signs that are going for sale for next week, and so the pumpkin spice is one of them I was going to do. We'll see what you guys think about that option. Linda says she would love to see that. Okay, because I think one color with the pumpkin spice would be really, really good. So that just means I've got to finish cleaning off the transfer and get it ready, and then I have a board ready to go for that. So I'm gonna clean up my little tools. Sorry this takes a little bit extra. I usually am doing this after the live is completed, but it's really important that the paste doesn't dry out more than it needs to. So I'm cleaning up my little tools as we go. Do I seal it when it dries? Well, you can seal it. If you seal it with like a Krylon sealant, the clear Krylon sealant that you can get just about anywhere that has, it's in a spray can, it's easy to do. You can seal it with something like that, and then of course it's permanent, but I'm not sealing them, I'm putting them on and letting the boards be reusable. Because this product actually comes off, and so I want to be able to reuse the boards. Now, the ones that I'm doing for sale, we have not decided yet whether or not we're going to seal them or if we're going to leave them so that they can be changed as well. So I'm going to go and grab my board, and then I'm going to clean off. I'm going to put the pumpkin spice over here and clean it with you guys. So my board this time is going to be metal, and I have not done this on metal, so I'm really excited to give it a try. So I'm going to move the finished one out of the way so it can continue to dry. I'm going to grab my tub of water and put it in the camera here, and I'm just going to gently go over the design with my fingers to get the dried chalk paste off. So we don't want any of that left. Yes, you can use one board for Halloween, Christmas. Some of our boards are wooden and they're not reusable, so you can't take it when you go to take the chalk off. It's not going to come off the wood as well. It seeps in, but you can use one side and then the other side. But I'm using chalkboards, and it cleans up off of the chalkboards, and you can change it seasonally, monthly, as often as you like. I've had some businesses I'm talking to that are thinking of doing large boards, and we have lettering, and my lettering is actually on its way, and so we're talking about doing large boards that they can change as they change their, like if they're running a promotion. One of them is a resale shop, and whenever they're running a promotion, we're going to see if we can't do that. Okay. Now some of this might have stained, and that is okay. It's not going to hurt the silk screen at all. But I'm going to take this over the sink. I'm going to dump out the nasty water, and then I'm going to get some clean water and be right back. Okay. Thank you for giving me that second. Okay, now I'm going to take a towel and set this towel down. And I'm going to put the transfer, wet transfer, sticky side down on the towel and stick it to the towel. And I'm going to take another towel and go over the top of it just to kind of dry it and push the water through the silkscreen, because we don't actually want the water to be in the silkscreen messing up our next design. Of course, if it does, we'll just take it off and redo it. It'll be easy enough, especially using just a single color. So I'm just drying it very gently, and then I'm going to pull it up. It's still really, really wet, and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to lay this towel over the top of the sticky side. Of course, now it wants to hold on to the sticky side. That's okay. And the sticky is kind of coming back with getting it wet. If you have a Cricut mat and you've ever used a Lysol wipe on a Cricut mat, and you know how it takes the fuzz off and it brings the sticky back to life, that is kind of what this does. I've got some fuzz in here I'm trying to get off. It doesn't appear to be in the actual design, so I think we're just going to leave it and let it be okay. All right, I'm going to let that sit like that on the towel. This is a dry towel that it's on. And I'm going to get my orange peel, and I'm going to tap it down a little bit because it was on its side. Clean up my mess. I've got water kind of everywhere, so I want to clean that up so I don't end up messing up the design. Get my multi-purpose tool ready because I'm going to need to do some stirring of the new product. This one should have a foil on it as well. I think it's a new color, so if it's a new color, we had 25 new colors that released on July 1st. So if this one is a new color, then it also has a foil. We're going to find out. Oh goodness. Yep, it's got a foil. So let's see if we can get this foil to lift off, or if it's going to be a pain like the blue was. My goodness. Yeah, it looks like this one's going to be a pain too. So I'm going to take scissors and go around the edge so that I can lift it up and pull it back. I hope. Lift it up, pull it back, give it a little stir. Oh, this color. Oh, it's such a pretty orange, you guys. It's so pretty. I hope that the camera is doing it justice. Let me get it in the light a little bit. Look at that. That is so, so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am covered again from peeling back the foils. Note to self, I'm going to prep all of our colors next time before we actually start, so y'all don't have to wait for that. So that took extra time. Okay, so we're going to do this one. This is going to be my first ever metal sign. So I have my metal sign. Got that ready. I'm going to pull the transfer off of the towel. It feels like it's dry. And let's see. Let's see if we can get it straight on here. Just eyeballing it. Oh, it really wants to stick to this metal. Nope, I've got some air bubbles. Yeah, when you get the chalk paste, if it's dried out, you do need to spritz it with water to reconstitute it a little bit. If it's dried out, it should be the consistency of yogurt or sour cream when you're giving it a stir, so you can kind of tell if it's dried out a bit. And if it's not dry, then you don't add water. You just add water if it's dry. And you start with one little spritz. You don't need to run water over it or anything like with the faucet. Just use a mister bottle and give it a spritz and stir, stir, stir. And if it seems like it's still dry, you add another spritz and you're good to go. Okay. Lots of air bubbles this time. I've never done metal. So let's see how we do. Okay, I'm going to go over the design with my finger. I can feel some air bubbles, so get that out of the way. Okay. All right, so I have a squeegee, and I'm going to dip my squeegee in the chalk paste. This is orange peel, and I'm going to start at the top and go over the design, and I'm going to pull it down and kind of pick up the excess chalk as I go. I'm pulling the chalk down the design. Smoothing it so that there's no lines. Oh, everything looks like it may have some lines. We might have to do a redo on it yet. Oh my gracious. Looks like I had some air bubbles. That's okay. If we do, it's really, really easy to pick it up and do it again. Placing it on here took the longest amount of time. And we don't have to clean the transfer because I'm going to use the same exact color. So if I did have to redo it, it's not going to take but a few minutes to do. So there's that. Making sure that I get every little spot of the transfer. There's lots of little detail in these, which is really kind of fabulous. A little bit extra right there. Putting the excess back in the jar. Checking to make sure that I got every little area. Looks like I did. Okay, let's see if we can lift this up. Oh, it's really stuck. It's really stuck to the metal. But it did not dry. Okay, I got one little spot that I missed. I can tell that I missed it. So we're just gonna go over that little spot really quick. Yep, filled it in, no problem. Okay. It's sticking to itself, the transfer is, and that's okay. It's going to come undone in the water. You don't want to like fold it over on itself and give it a good crease like you do paper, but it's all right if it sticks to itself. It isn't going to hurt it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Going into the water with the transfer off to the side so that it can dry, or so that it won't dry, sorry. And let me show you guys. Let's see. Hopefully, I'm trying to see that you can read it. It turned out really, really good. That one just didn't have any distress or anything in it. Really, really good. Yay! All right, so now we've done a mixed color and we've done a transfer on metal. 2 new things today. That's kind of cool. Does anybody have any questions? cleaning stuff up as we go. And this one is double-sided, the pumpkin spice and everything nice. The back side is blank also. I picked this up at a store, and so I may go ahead and do either some pumpkins on the back of this, or a fall statement, or even a Christmas one, so that it's double-sided, and that way whoever buys it can have it for 2 occasions or 2 different looks. I gotta let this dry really good first. Set that aside. So what do you think? Do you like this design? Pumpkin spice and everything nice? Let's see, we have a glare. Natalie likes it. What do you think? Now, should I put a pumpkin on the back, or should I do a different occasion? A different seasonal thing? Yeah, I'm loving the pumpkin spice. And I've been told that the pumpkin spice color, or I think it's actually called pumpkin pie, it's got a little bit more brown in it. So it's a very rich color, almost like you would expect a pumpkin spice to look like with the nutmeg in it. And I thought about taking my chocolate brown and mixing it with the orange just to give it a little more depth, but I wanted to just see how it turned out first. Oh, the loaded truck on the back. Yes, that would be so cute on the back of this. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. I don't have my pumpkins yet, so I'll have to see if they come in time for me to put pumpkins in the back of the truck, because that would be cute. Otherwise, I could just do crates in the back of the truck. That could still be really nice and versatile, because you can use that for anything. Loaded truck is a great idea. All right, I'm going to set this one aside and let it dry. And then, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can handle doing another new thing. What do you think? Do you want to see more? Shall we try something else? Cleaning up my little area. No, it doesn't have to be pumpkins. We can put anything in the back of that truck. I've got a bunch of really cool summer stuff that I'm thinking that when I'm selling this for fall, I kind of want it to be a little more versatile. But the crate is kind of cool. Let me bring both of these back over so that we can show them. So I have pumpkin spice and everything nice in multiple colors. And I have it on metal just in the orange. Just in the orange color. So I'm going to clean that transfer up. I'm going to get it dry, really, really dry. I'm going to go in on this one with a Q-tip, and I'm going to clean up around the pumpkin, like around the end. There's some color that's spread. And then I'm going to put the transfer right back over the top and just redo the pumpkin spice and the scroll work. I'm not going to redo the rest of it. And I'm going to let it dry really good and let my design be completely dry as well. So what do you think? Do you want to see something else? Crates would be awesome. Crates would be really, really cute. And let me show that one Let's see, I have it right here. So it was in the summer add-on. And let's see if I can put it there. They sit right flat on top of the truck bed like this. So it's about a half of a crate. But I bet there's a way that I could finagle that. Would be very autumn-like. Love that. The one I have coming that I'm ordering on Monday, it's not available to order until Monday, but it has corn and hay bales. It has apples and pumpkins that are already piled up, and it says all kinds of fun fall sayings. So, right, cut that out of, oh my gosh, cut it out of the vinyl with the Cricut. You're right. That could be really cute. Good idea, Nat. I cannot wait to see some of the stuff that you're going to be making. Hay bales are really, really cute. I saw them in the on the preview. And then, of course, there's going to be Christmas trees for Christmas. I don't know what else they're going to have, but I'm told that they have one that's Christmas trees, so I'm really looking forward to that. That truck is very, very versatile. So let's see. Do you guys want to see something else? Would you like to see an inspirational one done? Or have we been on too long already? I can't tell how long we've been on. It doesn't tell me on my screen how long we've been filming, so you'll have to forgive me for that. I got a heart, but I'm not sure what it was for. Thank you for the hearts. The hearts and likes. I love that. I like seeing the emojis go up my screen and bust like little balloons popping. Super cute. Let's see what I have. Oh, 57 minutes. Yeah, I've been trying to keep them an hour or less and having trouble doing that. So we'll let this one wrap up. If we've been on for 57 minutes, it took so long to open paste and get things ready, and then it took us a long time to clean and get that transfer stuck back down. So 57 minutes is a good amount of time. So we'll just call this one done, and I may jump on again later and show you guys another technique that I haven't done before. So I know, Nat, I can watch it all day too, but I may just come back here in a little bit and do another one. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good evening.